I haven't relapsed in drugs and alcohol. That's something that I'm very proud of. I'm coming up on 5.5 years of sobriety, and that's something that's been difficult at times, but one thing that I haven't fully conquered is my eating disorder.
You're having trouble right now? What's going on?
It's so weird to talk about this on camera. I relapsed with throwing up, binging, purging.
When?
A couple nights ago. The less I have to think about food, the easier it is for me to go about having a normal life. And I don't want to let anybody down. So when I do have moments where I slip up, I feel very ashamed. What started the relapse was missing Wilmer.
This is the longest you've gone without being in a relationship. You're not the only one to have been through a 6-year relationship and break up and question it and then not know how to be alone.
Well, that's one of the reasons why we broke up, is because I've never been alone. When I was in a relationship with Wilmer, I went 3 years without purging. And when we broke up, that's one of the first things I did. And when I feel lonely, my heart feels hungry.
Right.
And then I end up binging. And I don't know how to figure out how to be alone.
What do you think came first for you in terms of chasing the high? Was it the drugs and alcohol, or was it the food?
The food came first. When I was about 8 years old and my little sister was born, a lot of the attention was taken off of me and onto my little sister. I had started working at that time, so I was under a lot of stress. So I would bake cookies for my family, and I would eat all of them, and nobody would have any to eat. That was my first memory of food being that medicine for me. When I was 12, I was bullied. I developed a social anxiety where I didn't trust other girls my age. Then one day, this girl who was popular started saying Demi should kill herself. She should slit her wrists. And it resulted in a suicide petition that got passed around. And she had other classmates sign it.
I mean, there was this core group of girls who were, honestly, in my eyes, pure evil.
And when I asked them why, nobody could give me a specific reason why they were treating me the way they were. I had no friends. I was alone. So I went off of what they were calling me, which was a whore and being fat. I called my mom on my cell phone and I said, I'm done, I can't do this anymore, pick me up. She picked me up from school, and that's when my eating disorder developed.
One day, I found a copy of her diary. Demi had drawn a picture of what she perceived herself to look like. Heavy. And then she drew a picture on the next page and said, this is what I need to look like to be a star.
This was like a collage that I made when I was younger. And it's actually kind of sad for me because a lot of the people in here are underweight, and I wanted to be I wanted to be like them. That was kind of the chic look back then. Yeah, I've got Amy Winehouse in there that I looked up to and I wanted to be so badly. I wanted to be as thin as her. I wanted to sing like her. I wanted to be just like her.
The collages on her wall and the pictures, and the models. This isn't what you need to aspire to be like. This is not healthy. I never thought to say those things to her because I didn't know myself. My desire for perfection, I think I've always been that way. I felt I had to be thin to be beautiful and successful, and that this is what you need to look like in order to be perfect. I may have passed that along to my kids, that wanting everything to be perfect and need to be thin and beautiful to be successful.
Food is still the biggest challenge in my life, and it controls. I don't want to give it the power to say that it controls my every thought, but it's something that I'm constantly thinking about. Body image, what I'm gonna eat next, what I wish I could be eating, what I wish I didn't eat. You know, it's just constant.
It's exhausting.
Like, I get envious towards people that don't struggle with an eating disorder, just because I feel like my life would be so much easier. Everybody has their own path in recovery. For me, it's about going to therapy, working my program, and having an honest relationship with myself and the other people around me.
I had come across Jay Glazer in Unbreakable Gym, and I felt like it would be great for her. Because Demi had just broken up with Wilmer, and she didn't have a lot of friendships. She didn't have a community.
The workout before that was super tough.
Yeah.
You hear a girl crying, it's me.
The gym really helps. And I know that I would be in a very dark place without it.
When you're getting one, you're coming right back. Come on. Nice. Where's your kid? There it is.
You know, it's Monday when you get punched in the face by Randy Couture. Randy Couture. Only like MMA legend.
At the time, she loved kickboxing, and I was really hoping that she would fall in love with jiu-jitsu.
Insist.
It would give her some pride in having her own thing.
It's empowering, and I watch her light up.
It's a physical chess game. It makes her think.
Anytime I'm able to take my mind off of any of my addictions, it's very beneficial to me, because you're constantly thinking about what the next move is, the technique, the strategy.
And also there's a reward system that takes many, many, many years to get through.
Excellent. Back up. In jiu-jitsu, we start with a white belt. Every time you get a promotion, it's a stripe. We do 4 stripes on each belt, and then we move to the next belt.
One goal that I haven't reached is a black belt. Being able to work towards that is something that I'm passionate about.
I hope to God to see her into her 30s and to put a black belt around her waist one day. Good job. Get a drink.
Working out is a form of meditation to me because I'm not focused on anything in my head. It can transport you to a totally different place. I'm on a journey to discover what it's like to be free of all demons.
Your first stripe on the
Demi, before, you couldn't talk about weight. We literally couldn't use the term working out. And now she loves it.
I don't want to know what it's like to get really punched in the face by.
By Randy Couture? Man, it's like playing basketball with Michael Jordan.